Are you looking for the best mirrorless cameras? In this video we will look at some of the 6 best mirrorless cameras on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Sony 7 IV Mirrorless Cameras. The Sony 7 IV is the best mirrorless camera we've tested. Sony's latest enthusiast hybrid camera is well suited to all kinds of photo and video work. With a new 33-megapixel sensor that captures remarkably detailed images, it's a notable step up from the best-selling Sony 7 III. On top of that, it has dual SD card slots, an updated autofocus system with some of the most reliable AF tracking on the market, and internal 10-bit 4:2:2 recording in 4K 60 fps, albeit with a 1.5x crop. Another fantastic option at this price point is the Canon EOS R6 Mark II. It's a great alternative to the Sony if you need faster burst shooting, with a burst rate of up to 40 fps in its electronic shutter mode. It supports raw video output over HDMI and uncropped 4K at 60 fps. However, lens selection is much better for Sony's E-mount, with both native and third-party options available at various price points, giving the Sony camera an edge. Number 2. Fujifilm X-H2S Mirrorless Cameras. The Fujifilm X-H2S is one of the most capable APS-C cameras on the market and a great choice for advanced video work. Its stacked sensor gives it a quick readout speed to minimize the rolling shutter effect in videos. It can record video in up to 6.2K and supports various codecs, including high-quality Apple ProRes formats. You also have advanced video features like log recording in 10-bit 4:2:2 internally for a wider dynamic range and more flexibility in post. It comes in a sturdy, well-constructed body with weather sealing, has in-body image stabilization for smoother handheld camera movements, and has a long battery life. Its autofocus system is also Fujifilm's best yet. Overall, this is one of the best consumer mirrorless cameras you can get for video work. Number 3. Nikon Z6e Mirrorless Cameras. The Nikon Z6 is a more affordable full-frame option than the Sony 7 IV and a fantastic camera for photography. Though it falls behind in advanced video features, this is still a well-rounded camera for amateurs and enthusiasts. You'll get excellent image quality from its sensor and very quick burst shooting for faster subjects. Plus, it handles like a dream, with amazing ergonomics and an intuitive user interface. Nikon's Z lenses are also spectacular, particularly the high-end S-line. However, these can be pricey and lens selection is still limited compared to competitors. If you're looking for a cheaper and more portable kit, the Fujifilm X-T5 is a fantastic enthusiast-oriented APS-C model. Though its smaller sensor doesn't handle noise in low light as well as the Nikon's full-frame sensor, it has a remarkably high 40-megapixel resolution that gives you plenty of detail and leeway to crop your images. Number 4. Canon EOS R7 Mirrorless Cameras. The Canon EOS R7 is the best mid-range model we've tested. It's a well-rounded APS-C camera with everything you need to capture high-quality photos and videos. Although crop sensor RF lenses are still limited, you can always adapt F lenses if you're already a Canon DSLR shooter. Besides, there's enough to love about this camera that it's still a top contender in this price range. With a fantastic in-body image stabilization system, it's well equipped for handheld video work or photos at slower shutter speeds. The camera also has best-in-class autofocus and quick burst shooting, so it's a great choice for sports and wildlife photography. Performance aside, it's also sturdy and weather-sealed, with an outstanding battery life among mirrorless options. If you're considering an APS-C camera for portability, you may prefer the Fujifilm X-S20, which is smaller and cheaper but has slower burst shooting and a slightly less reliable autofocus system. Number 5. Fujifilm X-S10 Mirrorless Cameras. The Fujifilm X-S10 comes at a lower price than the Canon EOS R7 but still offers a ton of value. If you don't need more advanced features like internal 10-bit recording and weather sealing, the XS10 is for you. While it lacks the dedicated exposure dials that Fuji fans know and love, its simpler mode dial is more accessible to newcomers. The camera has a deeper, more comfortable hand grip than its higher-end sibling, the Fujifilm X-T4. The kicker, though, and what makes this one of the best value APS-C cameras around, is that you still get built-in image stabilization, a rarity for cameras at this price point. Beyond that, it also uses the same high-resolution sensor found on the X-T4, meaning similar image and video quality at a lower price point. Just don't forget to budget for the lens. Fuji lenses are pricier than the kit lens you get with a camera like the Nikon Z50. The Nikon is a great alternative if you want to save a bit of money, though it doesn't have IBIS, and lens options are more limited. Number 6. Canon OSR50 mirrorless cameras. If you're on a tighter budget but still want to buy new rather than dip into the used market, the Canon OSR50 is one of the best bang for your buck cameras you can get. With a portable body that makes it easy to grab and go, along with dead simple controls and intuitive, creative shooting modes, this is a great entryway into serious photography for those who've never used a camera. Plus, its APS-C sensor can capture excellent image quality, and it has a highly effective autofocus system and good video specs for the price. That said, lens options for Canon's RF mount are limited, but on the upside, it's compatible with both APS-C and full-frame RF lenses, which makes it easier to upgrade to a full-frame body down the line if you want to. If you'd like a more compact camera kit with more lens options available, the Olympus Omdi EM10 Mark IV is a great alternative. However, its 4/3 sensor isn't as well suited to low-light shooting, and its autofocus system isn't as reliable.